Hey friends, I was with Nicole yesterday, listening to her tell stories about RIT members, admittedly nerdy engineering types, doing follow-up and NSO. And it struck me, I wonder if we need to hear more of these stories or stories like them. Matt was a socially awkward engineer who decided that he was going to take follow-up with the freshmen really seriously. And so he collected NSO cards, and he called all of the freshman guys every single week for an entire semester. And every week he invited this group of people to have dinner with him and to come to large group. And this one particular student, over the course of a semester, because he called people every week, inviting them to dinner in large group, brought 35 to 40 students into the chapter simply because he called through the freshmen every week for the semester. Slippy was a lovable nerd who was constantly inviting people to play active games. He would play Frisbee or Ninja or some crazy game I don't even remember the name of, that where basically RIT students used to jump on top of each other in an effort to build the tallest human standing pyramid. And he did this between every class interval he had throughout the course of the day. So he had class, time between classes, he'd talk to people, invite them to play some kind of active game with him. And over the course of doing that, he would connect with people and invite everyone who played with him to come to InterVarsity. One suite mate, Nicole said, pointing to another picture, decided to hold a weekly event that they called Ice Cream O'Clock. And it was a certain time every week, once during the week, maybe 10 o'clock on a Thursday, where they would open up their suite doors, them and his suite mates, and invite everybody on the floor, everybody who was in the dorm, in a round, to come to Ice Cream O'Clock. It was this kind of weekly event, and over the course of the semester, they had 35, 40, 50 people showing up week after week at their suite for Ice Cream O'Clock. And they would invite them and connect with them and invite them to InterVarsity. When InterVarsity got a hold of this and they discovered that this was going on, they actually said, well, let's make this a whole outreach. They extended Outreach O'Clock more broadly, and they had 350 people show up at Ice Cream O'Clock at this dorm suite and this dorm. And many students got connected to the chapter through Ice Cream O'Clock. Now, none of the guys who were in these stories were good-looking, particularly socially competent, or magnetic personalities. They were just faithful and disciplined in their efforts to engage students and connect them to opportunities where they could connect to Jesus. It wasn't their personalities, their charisma, their great woo that made them successful. What made them successful was their diligence. They just kept doing one simple thing over and over again that would press them deeper into relationships and into community. And through pressing deeper week by week, they could connect more and more people to opportunities to know God. And so it made me wonder, one, why don't we tell these stories more? Well, these are incredible stories of students doing disciplined faithfulness, taking risks to engage their campus. But the other question it made me ask is, if a nerdy engineer, socially awkward guy, can make 60 plus phone calls every week because he wanted the freshman class to know God, then what exactly is the excuse for those of us, or for those of our students, who are more socially competent? If the kind of nerdy, socially awkward, not so socially aware person can do it, I really have no excuse. And neither do many of our student leaders. And then the third question is, what can we learn from the elegant simplicity of taking one relational structure and doing it over and over and over again until we see a breakthrough? I am convinced as I read the stories of what is happening on campus that we are set up for a breakthrough. This is a new day for our ministry. And I'm itching with enthusiasm to see and to discover what will happen as your students take one simple idea in outreach and follow-up and live into that in such a way that tens and 20s and 30s and 40s, hundreds, would it be even thousands of students this year, this season, get connected to the ministry that we're doing on campus. I believe God is more ready to answer that prayer than we might be to ask for it. And so I invite you to think about that. I bless the work that you're doing, and I'm cheering for you as you engage the campus in NSO and follow-up.